What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel RC Hobbies SOS. I am Joey Nitro and this is the Nitro Weekly Review. Now, apologies guys for this being late. It's actually quite a lot of work for me to put together. I write a script for it and I just have to find the time, but I hope you guys enjoy. This is my review where I look back on the week previous to making this, a little look at content creators that I watch, that I'm sub to, friends of mine, and I give my review and let people know what's going on in the YouTube Nitro world. At the end of this video, we will be talking about the elephant in the room. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. Big news last week, but until then, let's get on with it. So let's kick off this week with my friend RC Haggard. He had a very busy week, and the first video he gave us that I saw was a sort of a troubleshooting guide for starting Nitro. And videos like this can prove invaluable to beginners and intermediates alike. And it was a kind of step-by-step guide to what to do if you're having troubles starting the Nitro. Because as we know in this hobby, when beginners struggle with their Nitros, they often get frustrated and give up. So it's really good to have this information on YouTube to help others, that want to start off in Nitro and keep them going in the hobby. So well done, Haggard, for that. His second video was concentrating on Nitro carbs. So he had a carburetor for a Nitro car, and he did a step-by-step guide taking it apart, explaining what the needles do, breaking down exactly how it works. And again, this gives valuable information to people that may not know everything about that. And obviously, if you know how things work, it's a lot easier to get them tuned and to get them to work. Then he gave us a slightly off-topic video on RC helicopter. I think it was called a Bumblebee. And after this, he followed up with a little preview of a new RC that he'd got, a gas-powered Marder, very nice. And he gave us a little background about how he got it. He showed us the bodies that it came with and gave us a little look round it. And he then followed up that video, and his next video was a run-in video with the Marder. It was a good video, and I was surprised at how good that car looked, that model looked. I was quite surprised, and it looked really nice with the body on. So good work there, Haggard, thank you very much. And finally, Mr. Haggard gave us maybe what could possibly be his last report on his viewers build buggy. So I don't know if you know, but he's been building a buggy with viewers parts for a family member who wants to get into the Nitro hobby. And he gave us a final review of this. He took it out to run it, and it could be the last time we see it before he hands it over. So that was Haggard. Very, very busy week for him. So obviously these videos are about what I've watched, but the next guy on this video, I think most of you will have watched, and that is none other than Hybrid. Hybrid again gave us several chances in the week to come together as a community on his live streams. The first of which, the title was about fixing his Savage X. And the topic of his second live was his repinched Kyosho GT1. He also gave us a great video, and my personal favourite of his this week, on the Kyosho Quad, which is a vintage Nitro, small block Nitro, that's in the form of a quad. Very rare, it was boxed, a beautiful thing. He showed us some really great vintage footage of that, promotional footage, and then showed us around his. So that was great, really enjoyed watching that, and he's definitely sticking to his word of trying to keep that Nitros alive. Next up, someone who hasn't been putting out a lot of videos recently, but he is Texas Hill Country. He gave us a video titled First Run of the Season for his X-Ray RX-8. And I watched that, and I was taken aback by how fast and brilliant that model is. Well worth a watch. Go and check him out, Texas Hill Country. And a good friend of Texas Hill Country is none other than Woogie Nitro. His first video was a MC2 build of a Techno NT4 8.3, classic Woogie fare. And his second video was titled No Fear Nitro Road Racing. It's pretty self-explanatory, so go and check him out. Next up we have Haywire. Haywire kept up with his great run of live video streams. A little bit controversially, one of his streams was removed by YouTube because in his background he had music that wasn't sanctioned, so unfortunately they took that down. However, I don't think it's put a dent in people watching his great live streams. He then gave us a video bashing his low CLST, and if you've seen Haywire's videos, he does like to run those things hard. It's a joy to watch. So anyway, he's keeping up the Nitro power. Thanks very much, Haywire. So while on the topic of live streams, we'll stay on it and we'll talk about my friend, the Nitro Addiction. So he gave us a full schedule of lives, both in field and in home. He even tailored them so they were a good time for us viewers in the UK who don't always get to see the American streams. So that was really good of him, allowing us in the UK to come together as well. So I'd like to thank him, and that is the Nitro Addiction. So just a quick mention for another friend of mine, and that is RC Life 420. He hasn't put out a lot of videos recently. I know that he's started back at work and this has slowed his videos down, but he did give us a chance to see him in his live stream, and after speaking to him, I do know that he is going to drop some videos very soon, and if you haven't seen his videos before, I highly recommend watching them. They're just brilliant, really well edited. They're just a pleasure to watch. So that is another great guy to watch, RC Life 420. Next up, a guy who last week promised us some running videos, and boy, he didn't let us down. That is the Bug 404. The Bug gave us a plethora of run videos with the T-Max and Revo. He also gave us a video about the oil that he mixes with his Nitro. He also gave us videos on the breakdown of Force 0.25 and Thunder Tiger 0.27, and all of this he did before MFB. And if you don't know what MFB is, go and watch the Bug 404. And staying with Nitro RC Canada, my good friend JP's RC gave us a really nice look at his ever-growing collection. Pop over and have a look at his collection because it is really something to behold. A very good friend of mine, great guy, really good informational videos as well. So that's my friend, my very good friend, JP's RC Canada. Next up, we have the Nitro RC Life. Brett gave us not one, but 5 bash videos. Now, if you like savages eating up, tearing up the dirt, then go and check him out. The Nitro RC Life. Brett's a good guy. He also has a Facebook group. You can go and check that out as well, but well worth a watch. Now, last week I found a new guy that I've been watching, Electric and Nitro RC. I found him because I saw an HPI Bullet video in my feed, but he also gave us other videos on a HSP Buggy, a Lossy 8, and I believe a Kyosho video with a magic pipe. And if you want to know what that is, go and check him out, Electric and Nitro RC. Nitro Talk with Todd gave us an update on his HPI Savage 25. The video concentrated on the clutch. He also then gave us a video on converting a roto start to LiPo. Very interesting stuff, always very informative, interesting content. Nitro Talk with Todd. Next up, we have RC Wright. He treated us to a classic HPI Firestorm video with a modded G3.0 engine, one of my favorite small block engines, and then a Habeo Hyper 7 tuning video. Well worth a watch, go and check him out. And then finally, last but not least, various happenings with Mr. B. So Mr. B gave us various videos. Did you see what I did there? First up, he gave us a video on his Slayer Pro, which I know was missold to him as a Nitro Slash. He then gave us an update on his Red Cat Earthquake, which was broken. And finally, he gave us some information about how he does his RC bodies. Now, I've got 2 special mentions. First one, who would really appreciate some support, is Alex Garrod, Nitro Boy. And secondly, not strictly always on topic, but the Wheelchair Gang, ND Reynolds. They both put out quite a bit of content, and I know that they would appreciate the support, so go and check those out and give them your support if you can. So guys, that is the end of my review, my weekly review, which wasn't quite weekly. Now, I promised you I would talk about the elephant in the room. I think we all know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go there. I'll catch you on the next one.